Welcome back to Beamer Screamer. Say Screamer because we're going to be fitting that much smaller battery and firing it up one more time just to see if that works at all. Yeah, with out mufflers. So stay tuned for that and more. We're going to be completing the ABS removal. Delete, yes, at least the rear one. And we're going to be getting the fuel tank off to do that. That in itself is not a simple task. And that will potentially give us a chance to look at what's happening here with the front brakes and ABS side of things. Yes, lots of ABS BS. And if the rear sets arrive, we'll be fitting them as well. Yes, not a no-co. Smaller, actually. Same spec, effectively, and weighs bugger all. 300 amps. Well, let's put it on and see what happens. Okay, teeny tiny little battery. Let's see what happens. We have a clock. We have action. We have a choke. And we have smoke. Yeah, and it works anyway. How crazy is that? Well, I've got to say, that is crazy that tiny little thing, I mean, that's how big it is, or small it is, compared to that brick number 3 in the wall, can actually crank this over. Crazy. A good kind of crazy there. We like that. Anyway, we're going to put that battery on the Honda. Yes, that Honda. And potentially get another one. It's never going to crank the Gutsy, but that one does. So we'll put that one back on the Gutsy. Anyway, let's get on with some other stuff. So, here we are in the depths of the underside of the fuel tank. And there's a lot of stuff going on here. So we've got an electrical cable here, and up front we've obviously got a pipe going to the fuel rail, and then there appears to be another one. I'm not sure what that is. And then we got this box of tricks down here. Yes, lots of electrical goodies. I think one of those blue ones has something to do with the ABS, according to the video that I've watched. So we'll delve into that later. Let's get the tank off. I think we're going to need to undo this, obviously. It goes to the fuel rail. And I expect there'll be fuel pissing out. So let's be prepared in a Boy Scout type of way. Well, I thought that was closed, but yeah, it's quite an amount of fuel in there. So this happens to be a 7mm on mine. I don't know if that's factory. Could be. Only minor spillage, and so yeah. Well, I'm glad it doesn't take this long to fill it up, otherwise it would be about as useful as an electric vehicle, wouldn't it? Right? 20 minutes later. Right, well, I think that's about empty now. And just for safety's sake, we put a 10mm bolt in it and clamped it up again. So what else do we have to do? Well, yeah, there's still quite a lot of fuel in there actually, but that's all that's going to drain out of there. We've uncovered the radiator filler cap, which is interesting. Wonder where that was. Some more electronics, and yeah, so there's this pipe here, which could be interesting. Where's that? Well, it buries itself in there, in between the airbox thing. We're going to take that off as well. Well, given it was higher than the other one, I decided to disconnect it here with another bit of tubing bunged up at the ready. The leakage came from here, which I haven't bunged up yet, but I have put a little bit of hose on the fuel rail and bunged that up to stop anything unwanted getting in there. Now what? Well, it doesn't seem to simply pop off. I don't know what those are either. I mean, they look like they should be connected to something, right? But they're not. Interesting. Anyway, seeing as somebody's obviously had a bit of a go at this wiring in the past, and I think we can do better, I'm actually going to unravel that shit and take it off that way. I can't imagine you have to unbolt the whole thing. Must be a way to pop that off. Anyway, there's quite a lot of fuel left in this tank. I can feel it sloshing around, which is odd. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to take that apart and do it better. Yeah, that's not precarious, is it? All right, let's get to that wiring. Well, this is what we found under there. So there's a big black cable going to a factory brown. There's a yellow and a white that go to nothing. They've just been chopped. And then there's a green that goes to yet another fairly hefty black cable. I mean, one of those has got to be power, right? Anyway, that's a nasty piece of bodge job wiring. And back here there's one of these kind of dual connectors, which is also snipped. So I think we can I think we can improve on all that after the fuel tank fell on my head. Right, labelled up, disconnect. Well, that's some serious wiring going on there, isn't it? That was in there as a connection. Wow. For your fuel, yeah, let's not worry about sparks under the fuel tank. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Right, so that should lift off now. A lot of fuel. Well, I literally poured at least another half a gallon out the filler cap, and there's still some in there. It won't come out of these. And there's all kinds of pipes and stuff in there, as you can see, and an inordinate amount of stuff. Anyway, so this fuel green actually does go to a green, so I don't know why they cut and spliced that. We'll definitely do a better job of that. Anyway, that's another episode. A lot of stuff under here that's not plugged into anything. I don't know. Right, 2 more of those 7mm fixings, and we've got this half of the airbox off. Nearly. Now what? Well, that looks fairly fresh and clean anyway. Yeah, of course, a whole load of diagnostic stuff. Wonder how it's going to run without that. I hate all this malarkey. Right, we managed to get that unplugged. I'll show you in a minute, and then that unplugs from it. That's easy enough. Then that'll come out the airbox. So that's one side of the airbox sorted at least. Yeah, this hose, air hose, obviously, that feeds that all the information, goes all the way through the box, as you can see, and yeah, quite a wrestling job to get that. Quickly say the quality of the BMW manufacturing, I gotta love. I have to highlight it. You know, all this glued down and sealed. Yeah, not that, they didn't do that. That was a bodge job. But you know, even down to the hose clips. I mean, these are quality hose clips. I'm going to be keeping those. For those of you who are watching that know I'm not really a German manufacturing fan in terms of, you know, BM, Porsche, Mercedes, whatever. I have to say, a lot of quality parts. So there you go. Talking of which, my friend Leonardo was asking me whether I'm going to keep these. Well, I mean, yeah, the actual gauges themselves are quite nice, right? They're very BMW. Very classy, sans serif, etc. But the bit in the middle, it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit Lego, right? Like the buttons here and here. Yeah. Did they get involved with the Danes at some point and team up with Team Lego? So the honest answer right now is I don't know, because obviously they all work, which is a bonus. But they're a bit big and clunky, honestly, for a cafe racer. So I doubt it. Anyway, now we've got this side of the airbox off. There's that fuel line going down there. As I'm guessing it's a return line, some description. So we'll undo those bolts, get the rest of that off, and have a better look. Degrommeted. Yeah. Should go through there. Yeah. 14 mil with a wobbly, and that's out. So actually, there's a lot of space down here for a lot of stuff, which is kind of interesting. Anyway, we'll get back to that. Let's get the other side off, which I think is going to be somewhat harder, somewhat of a bitch. And on the other side, we've got these Ricky Booby clips, as I call them, because he loves them. They are good, but getting them off is a real bitch. So I'll see you in about half an hour. There we go, that's that sorted. A matching pair, no less. A fair amount of debris involved in getting the other side of the airbox off, but it's off. There we have our intakes. Yeah, surprisingly kind of oily, but I think that's an oil breather hose which was attached here. So that would kind of explain that, I guess. Better check that, but that's what it looks like to me. And talking of debris, we need to kind of block those off somehow so we don't get any stuff falling in them that we don't want. Before we do that, we'll just get a measurement, and they are 40 mil. So that's what we're going to need in terms of pods, stacks, whatever. So I've just put those rubber booties back on and filled it up with blue rag. And as usual, I think I've got it arse about face. So I think the forward pipe on the tank is actually the in, which explains why it wasn't dripping out of the actual tank, because that's pumped. And that goes into the fuel filter there, which then comes around here and goes into the fuel rail there, and then the return is at the front and goes back into the tank. That's right, right? Right, what should we destroy next? Well, I think we can remove all this stuff. We're not going to have hazards. That seems to be blank. That's ABS, so that's going away. And this is a power outlet. Yes, so via this, you can plug in your laptop on your commuter bike and do your work as you're riding. I don't think we need that. Well, I had hoped to at least remove the ABS or fit some rear sets, but they haven't turned up. They're definitely on the slow boat from China. And of course, to get to all the wiring and see what's really going on and tubing, we had to remove a load of other stuff. So it's basically an episode of destruction. There will be an episode on spaghetti wiring and electrics as we remove the ABS. That will be very much involved. Oh, I know how much you like those, Mr. Sansom, so you can skip that one. I'll try and label it accordingly. So I think we'll finish up with a jolly good clean down, actually. Kind of need one myself, but I'll wait until after I've done the grubby stuff on the bike. Right, cleaning time. All prepped, ready to go. Well, it ain't concourse, but it has cleaned it up a little bit as far as working on it's concerned, not getting covered in stuff. A lot of grease gone off the front there. So, yeah, that'll do for stage one. See, look, it's silver in there, not black. Anyway, certainly enough cleaning for me for one day. And that's clean. Yep, definitely cleaner anyway. So I think what we'll do next, since we've got the airbox off, I quite fancy putting the fuel tank back on, reconnecting everything, and seeing if it runs with no kind of airflow sensor thing. We'll see. And then we'll get to grips with this ABS, because hopefully by then the foot pegs will be in. The rear sets. Yeah. So, something to look forward to next time. Talking of which, if you haven't already, subscribe down here somewhere and give the video the thumbs up while you're there. Of course, encourage others to watch my lunacy.